Rob, of course, now the start of a busy schedule. You've been amongst a busy schedule anyway. It's now just going to get even more busy somehow for you with Aldershot coming to the stadium tomorrow. But first off, just off the back of Saturday, I imagine naturally it'll be a positive mood at the moment.
Yeah, of course. I think when you win 3 league games in a row and then you go and get that final hurdle in a semi-final to get to Wembley, it's a fantastic feeling. And ultimately now it's about making sure that we stay humble, stay composed and understand, again, like we're repeating the same message, but understand what's got us into this position. Because ultimately, it's going to be a really tough test against Aldershot, a very, very good team. Team that we really like in terms, I think they're very similar to us in their runs in behind, their box runs that they make, and also the fact that they are very good in the forward areas with Talaj and Daly. So it's going to be a really tough game.
Yeah, and you mentioned Aldershot there, of course. Form probably hasn't gone the way they wanted to recently. Obviously, a defeat on Saturday at Hartlepool as well. But given the picture of the league table and that a lot of teams have only got 2 or 3 games left now, they'll be coming up here and seeing this as an opportunity to take points off a team who's around them in the playoffs and try and ultimately claw their way back into the playoff spots because they dropped out at the weekend as well. Yeah,
definitely. I think it's a big game for everyone in terms of this time of year, especially when you're playing playoff rivals. So we know that it doesn't feel like it's just 3 points mentally as well. It's huge for both them and us. So look, we've done our work on them. We know how strong they are. We know what a very, very good team they are. The job the manager's done since he's come in has been fantastic. And actually, when you watch the games, even though the results maybe haven't gone the way they want, they've still been excellent in the games. And you're talking about 2 or 3 moments rather than spells that have gone against them. So we're expecting a really tough game. Probably the closest team to match our energy in terms of their output. So we know we've got to be on it completely, both in and out of possession. And hopefully looking forward to what will be initially a really good game, but a really good challenge for us as well, leading into the final sort of hurdle and what is going to be a really tough week in terms of the amount of games and turnover.
Yeah, and not to try and give anything away selection-wise or anything like that, but you've mentioned in the past sort of few games or weeks in terms of the whole squad needing to be used and playing a part over the next 2 weeks until the end of the season really, and with the amount of games you've got coming up this week especially, I imagine that's going to ring true pretty soon.
Yeah, it's going to have to be loads of changes tomorrow and Thursday and Saturday and Tuesday after when it settles down. Saturday is when we feel like it settles down, but we're just going to have to do it. There's no other option. We need to protect the players. We need to make sure that we put the players' safety first without being too dramatic in terms of injuries, and especially this time of the year when everyone is fit as possible, but also making sure that the output's as high as it can be on the pitch.
Of course, looking back to Saturday, obviously a healthy attendance in the home end, especially a lot of atmosphere. There's a drum coming at the top of the stands recently which has been making a bit of noise. A few of the lads up there trying to kind of boost the atmosphere a little bit as well, which is always a good point from your point of view. But how much of a part can the fans play and how much can they help, especially with quite a few of the games you've got in the run-in being here at home as well?
Yeah, I think it's huge, and I thought the interaction after the game was fantastic. Even got carried away myself, and it's nice to hear. It's nice to know that support's there and it's growing game on game. And that's all we ask is that obviously if fans can bring that support, we'll always try and bring the performance, because what you'll get out of this team is you'll get hard work, honesty, and trying to play the right way. And that's all I want as well. So that's also all I want to reiterate is we're not going to change the way we play. I just want us to really delve into it and believe in it and completely buy into how we play and how we go about things, and ultimately make sure that everyone can just be proud of this club regardless of the outcome. As a result, one result doesn't change this club's output and what these lads have done and what the club has done as a whole over the last sort of 6-7 months or 2 years or 4 years. You can argue since the club's reformed it's been nothing but a success considering all the hurdles we've had to go through. So just want to keep that good vibe and make sure that people coming in and genuinely enjoying themselves, which they seem to be, and not just looking at the big achievements but enjoying the little rides, the games that come thick and fast. And I know the lads are appreciative of it, and I think hopefully we can keep the good times coming.
Yeah, and when we talk about rotation and needing to utilise the whole squad, I mean, fans saw on Saturday people like Greg completing 90 minutes, Tom Allen getting a start after being out injured for a while. Joe Grayson obviously mentioned his injury wasn't as bad as thought, and him able to come back into the team on Saturday as well. So as we've mentioned a few times in the past, really, you have quite a few options in a lot of different areas on the pitch, really.
Yeah, and do you know what? It's funny how football works, because when you have to play 6 games in 2 weeks, 3 games in 6 days, is that right? Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, yeah? 5 days, 6 days, whatever it might be.
5 days.
5 days, geez, yeah. Yeah, when you have to play them games, you need a big squad, and that's testament to the work we've done. You know, the budget we've got to be able to maintain this squad. It's a huge compliment to the lads on loan as well, from the loan clubs, who appreciate, you know, the club's situation and look for, you know, they prioritise development of players over financial return, which is huge. So obviously we're appreciative to the clubs that we've got loanees from. So yeah, I think it's just a case of the stronger the squad is, you know, we're only as strong as our weakest link, and you know, with the strength and depth of the squad we've got at the moment, we're in a good position. But we don't want to take that for granted, because we haven't been in that position too often when we look at some of the squads and teams and benches we've had in the past. But yeah, like you mentioned there, it's brilliant to see Greg complete 90 minutes in such an important game in difficult conditions. Tommy as well, getting back on the pitch. He's had a lot of ups and downs since he's been here, but especially since I've been in charge, his output's been terrific for us. So hopefully he gets more minutes and more opportunities. And yeah, Joe, been a really difficult time and frustrating time for him, but you know, ultimately we always do the right thing by the person, and now we've done that, and we know that we're not having to worry about him long term. We can crack on and hope to see him on the pitch more and more.